And joining us on the line, it's great to welcome back to Flow, Rusty Gear. G'day, Rusty. How you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. How are you, Clayton?
Doing okay. Firstly, Rusty, with the COVID situation that's going on around the world, how are you? Are you keeping nice and safe? Are you able to do any shows or anything? What's the situation for you where you are?
So I'm in the New York metropolitan area in the United States, and starting about a month ago, with high rates of vaccination here, things have started to open up. We've now played 3 shows this spring. 2 were outdoors, so that was before things opened up a little bit more, but we played our first show indoors last Friday night, and I can tell you people are very excited to be out and about and being able to hear live music again. It was great fun for us.
Oh, that's good to hear. That is good to hear. Were the restrictions on the crowd in the indoor show, or was it sort of back to normal?
So that show was in Connecticut, just outside of the New York metro area, and in Connecticut there are no restrictions on the size of the gathering indoors up to like 250. Yeah. And so in this particular bar restaurant, they were at capacity. They weren't worried about how many people were there, and I think most people are just most people that are going out and hanging out in venues like that are vaccinated individuals, so they feel like they're protected and less likely to spread it as well.
Yeah. Well, your song that we're going to be hearing very shortly, it's Out and Running Around, so you're out and running around yourself. But one of the things I noticed listening to the song, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me to be one of those songs that is absolutely perfect for audience participation.
Totally right. When we've now started playing that outside, and as soon as we started up with that drum beat and that guitar lick, people are into it and they're dancing, and the Out and Running Around hook is something that's very easy to sing along to.
That it is, and it's got a great beat and a great groove, which understands why people get moving. And I understand when you were recording the song, you had help from the guys at Muscle Shoals.
Yeah, so I've been very lucky now for the last bunch of records I've been able to make some songs with a guy whose name is Clayton Ivy, which you might appreciate.
Yep.
And Clayton is really well-respected keyboard player. And on Out and Running Around, we had Clayton playing keyboards. We had Dave Hood, famous bass player, played on a lot of hit songs at Muscle Shoals, and Ed Green. So we really had 3 of the stalwarts of the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, and those guys can lay down a groove like nobody I've ever met.
Oh, absolutely. And when you hear that groove, and your foot cannot start tapping, or if you've got a pen in your hand like I had when I was listening to the song, you're tapping away. It just gets you moving, and that's what I enjoyed listening to the song about. And I also really enjoyed your video as well. So, but why didn't you make an appearance in the video, Rusty? I was waiting to see you up on stage.
You know, that video was made by a bunch of film producers in Eastern Europe who I work with on a bunch of videos, and it's actually not an easy thing to get them to splice in some live footage. But I think on the next one we do, we're going to try to do that, because they do a really nice job with the footage that they create themselves. But it'd be much better to have the band in there too.
Yes, I would like to have seen you guys, and it just made me think when I saw the crowd, and that's what made me think this is a definitive audience participation song. I can understand that, and I just thought, oh, where's the band? I wanted to see you up on stage and see you, and that. But it is a great video, and one that I'm sure people enjoy when they get to see it as well.
No, I was happy with how that came out. And what I really would like to do, which has gotten really popular in the States, I don't know about down in Australia, is live stream.
Yep.
And one of the radio stations up here, Jersey Shore Country, done some promotion with them, and they've played some of my music, and they've made space available for us to do a live stream on their channel, which in theory has a lot of listeners on it. Yep. So we're going to try to go into the studio and do basically a showcase of some of the new music, not from Out and Run Round, from What We Believe, and then also the new record that's just coming out right now. And I'm hopeful we'll get that out in the next month or so.
Oh, good. Look forward to hearing about that. Just with the song, too, it had some background vocals from Camille from Calamity Jane. I spoke to her a while back, and what was the experience like with the Camille?
Camille is a great singer, and she sang the lead vocals in Check In, Check Out Blues, which got some radio play in Australia. Yeah. And she sang background vocals on this, and I really like the way our voices blended together. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do some stuff, more songs in the future, and her partner Lucy Cantley played violin on Check In, Check Out Blues, and sang a little bit on Out and Runnin' Round too. So they're just really talented, and they've got a bunch of new music coming out now. I hope you guys are getting to hear some of it because it's really good.
From what I hear, yes, and I'm hoping to be speaking to her in the next couple of months about that. But I just wanted to ask because I enjoyed the conversation that I had with Camille, and so it was good to see her, and I just wanted to know what it was like. That was great. So thanks for telling us about that. So is there any other projects you're going to be doing with the girls, or you're going to be doing your own sort of thing going forward?
So while we were working on the songs that featured Calamity Jane on the last record, Lucy and I worked on writing a song together, which I think is going to be a great song for Camille to sing. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to put that together in the coming months. And I also have a 3-song EP coming out that I did with Becca Bramlett, a really tremendous artist up here in the United States. She sang with Fleetwood Mac, Vince Gill, Delbert McClinton. She's one of the best singers, honestly, around. And so we got a 3-song EP coming out featuring her where she does some incredible vocals. So I'm hoping, hopefully we get some of those songs down to radio in Australia because I think they came out really well.
We'll look forward to hearing those. Rusty, you're whetting my appetite for what's to come. You really are. So you're touring at the moment. You're in New York. Where else are you going?
We've got some shows here in the Northeast, up in East Haddam, Connecticut, up in New Hampshire. Before the pandemic, we went out and played some shows in Colorado. It's catch can around now. Things are just starting to open up for larger venues. And to tell you the truth, I'm an independent artist. There's a lot of A-list bands that are out there really working hard to get play in some of the bigger rooms now because they've all been locked up for the last year and a half. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of live music coming out here in the United States in the summer and into the fall. And we've got something booked every month now through November, and I'm hoping that we'll have some more to do, but it's looking pretty good right now.
Well, you just said you're an independent artist, and I know talking to the independent artists here in this country that any chance they get to do live gigs, it means so much to them. So I understand how that feels, and you want to get out there because you're an independent artist. It's what you live for. It's what you love doing, and all those shows, and that they certainly matter, especially to your bank account.
No, for sure, and especially with the pandemic, myself and I know a lot of others have spent a lot of time writing a bunch of new songs, and we really want to get out and play them for people to see if they actually like them.
I'm sure they will, because you're not alone there with everyone doing that and it's spending that time writing. So in the writing of the songs that you've been doing, Rusty, have any of them been like COVID type songs or COVID themed?
So it's funny you ask that, Clayton. If you listen to Out and Runnin' Round, even though I didn't intend that to be a COVID song at all, there's no question that people want to be out and running around, and it is intended to convey how good it feels to be out. Now, when I wrote that song, I was thinking about when we were kids, hopping in the car and going out for an evening. But I tried not to write things that were, depressing COVID kind of songs, but Out and Running Around is probably the closest one to it.
I kind of suspect, Rusty, and I'm not trying to insult or anything here, but I just suspect that you and your friends, when you were going out and you were jumping in the car, that you kind of had a plan as to the night how it was going to go, and that never eventuated, that things just happened and you ended up creating new plans. Please tell me I'm correct.
You're totally correct. you never know what's going to happen once you get started, and that's particularly true. You may know the first place you're going to, you don't know where you're going to end up.
Yes, it's very reminiscent of when I was younger with my friends, and we'd go to one place and we think, yeah, we're going to be here all night, and then you work out that you were at another place, and you go, how did we get there? So yeah, I can understand that. And Out and Running Around is perfect as the theme song for driving around on a night like that too.
Yep, I think so, and they definitely caught that in the video.
That they did. Well, Rusty, it is great chatting to you as always. I'm looking forward to future conversations with you. We've got your song here ready to go. Please stay nice and safe where you are in the US at the moment. Enjoy the touring and all the live shows. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We've got your song ready to go. If you could please introduce it for all our Flow listeners.
Be happy to. Thanks for listening to Out and Running Round by Rusty Gear.
Bypass, they roll the sidewalks up at night. It's a short ride down the south side. You come to drink and dance and fight. Release the dogs from the pound. You can swim or you can drown. Another night on the town, out and running round. Car, don't you turn that music down. You see the lights at the bar and all them people hanging out. It's the coming attraction. You feel a call to action. Another night on the town, out and running round. Destination, don't you worry about the time, 'cause it's a nightlife situation, but try not to lose your mind. We got the fury and the sound, it's where we can be found. We got to take it when we can and listen to the band. Town.